Yo, morning guys, welcome back to the channel. We are on our extension job and we'll give you a little update of what stage we're at right now. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That is in one of the corners, not entirely sure which one it is. But yeah, so we are here, so let me get my stuff sorted and I shall show you where we're at. So, we have got most of the first fix done. It's incredibly dark. As you saw from one of the previous videos, we keep discovering more and more DIY sort of nightmares. I'm going to be honest. I mean, how ridiculous is this? I mean, for example, these, as you've watched the previous video, I'll put the link up here somewhere, or it could be over that side. I'm not entirely sure. Well, they used to have wall lights that are plastered in, they were still live and energised. We've got down here, we've got spurs off spurs off spurs, all sorts of stuff like that. There's cables where they've been hit at some point and drilled through and then obviously just energised back up, all that sort of stuff. So, enough of that. So where we're at right now is we have got all this extension bit first fixed, this bit, because there's so much electrics in here. It is mental. So it's been a lot, and also there's all switching independently on different things. For example, like the downlights and stuff in here, they're all being switched completely differently, so you've got multiple areas that are coming on. Also, what is new to me and also to this client, I am going to be doing some LED profile lights so people can see the whole shape of that room. So hence the reason why I've got my cables there, and also it's going on the opposite gable as well. So this wall in here is all going to be overboarded all the way along so we can keep it all flat, so hence the reason why some of the cabling that was capped and stuff at the minute is all on the surface. That's okay. Same with this side here, that's all going to be boarded all the way along, overboarded. So it's great because it means that we can go straight onto the surface. It all looks a bit mental at the minute because we've got so much stuff going on, but these are the spurs off spurs. So that was actually fed from a socket that was down there and then chucked along the floor into that spur, which was this one was already a spur, into that one, so yeah, so there's been a slight change of plan as well for the hob supply, so I've got to run a new 6mm in, which again, another, I don't know if you can see this very well because we've killed everything off down here. If you grab the sight light out, boys, so that is basically how they used to run all the feeds going back, and you can see that very well. So under there, so that is how they have been left underneath that cat lintel. So that's another way of, you definitely don't do it that way. So that being said, my plan is today I have got to finish the first fix because Sean and the rest of the team want to be getting on with boarding. So wish me luck. I'll get set up properly, get some lights on the go, and then we shall catch up with you in a moment. Today's video is sponsored by Tradeify. For those of you who don't know what Tradeify is, it is a job management software. So you can use that for your phone, your computer, iPad. You can just use it on site. We use it for literally everything, so we can send lads out, they know exactly what they're doing, they've got job sheets, all sorts of stuff like that. You can link it to your calendar. But yeah, so the good thing that we like about that is that when you've sent a quote, it can automatically send out reminders whether they like that or not, whether they're going to accept it, decline it. It is brilliant, it genuinely is. I mean, we've literally had a comment today, no word of a lie, from a client who's actually said, who's in the construction industry, and he said, that system that you use is awesome. Where did you get it from? So obviously we've told him it's Tradeify, and that is 100% genuinely true. So if you do want to give it a try, there's a 14-day free trial. I'll leave the link below. If you do like it, which I'm sure you will, if you use the promo code GHawk50, you'll get 50% off for your first 3 months. So go and give them a check out, and like I say, you won't be disappointed. So we a little bit further on now. So Steve is hiding. There he is, not? There he is. So Steve's been getting on with all the boarding. So for those of you who don't know why we've got pink board on there, it's because obviously all the steels and stuff like that. So you need to use fireboard on that. Hence the reason the one above my head as well. So they'll all be boarded up. So for the lighting side of things, we've got all the downlights all in position. Okay, so we always use, and we do a map, so we put them back into the ceiling, and then that way it's easier for the boarding and plastering and all that sort of stuff. And then, like every other Sparky on their phone, has about 3 million photos like that. Quite often, I'll be honest with you, is I generally forget to do it. I generally forget to do it, and then I ring Steve and go, mate, I haven't done a map for those downlights. Can you do those before you board it? And then we get it. Obviously, I get a lot of Mickey taking, and then I get a message come through on our group WhatsApp to go, here you go, mate, I've done it for you again. You know, and that's what it is, being completely honest. So where we're at now, obviously we've had another little bit now, so we've got to put a light underneath this stairwell. So I've got to try and think of a way of doing that. So I've got my loop feed in here, but I've got to try and figure out a way of making that nice for the when I actually do for the second fix. I'm not entirely sure. So clipping wise, now I know some people are adamant on capping, some people are clip direct. I'm on the fence with both, to be perfectly honest. Normally I do cap absolutely everything, but on this one I've done a bit of mix and match. I just preferred it, and also with the DeWalt stapler, which is down here with that bad boy, it works on these walls really, really well. So what I've done then is just clipped and just spaced them out. Clipped them there, same as this run, so we've got lots going on, going down to this bottom with all these units and stuff's going on. But it holds really well, so it's actually loads faster then. So do we just get rid of it? I don't know. Do we not bother using it? We shall see, only time will tell. So with that now, we've got all our runs back to the consumer unit, which is just the other side of that wall there. So we've got those back up there. This massive cable in there is for the washing machine tumble drive for the utility room, which I've got to do after. So I've got to wire them up temporary in the loft space, because there's a loft just the other side of that wall. Now I've got to wire them up there so they can use those. And then over here we have got twin single ovens and warming drawers that are going on that bit, and then that's going to be a bank of units all the way across. So we've still got to cap off all of the radiators, because we're having underfloor heating in this property throughout the ground floor. That's another thing I've got to sort out, because I keep forgetting as well, is sorting out for the supplies for the manifold, which is going to go in that understairs bit as well. But so we haven't clipped, we've gone down this far and we haven't gone any further, because we don't exactly know, because like I say, there's the gas line there, and these are the radiator pipes, which they will be capped off above the ceiling, but they go down that way and obviously over there. So we haven't capped them, well, clipped those cables up yet, because guaranteed I'm going to do that and then I'm going to have a water leak, and it's a very different on a Friday afternoon. So Stevie, what are you up to?
Just going to finish getting this pink boards on over the steels, because they're the ones we forget. Oh no, the steels. So get those done first, and then we can carry on then with the rest of it in just normal plasterboard. So we've got all this ceiling done, probably get this bit of stud work done, and just keep plodding on.
Yeah, because this side is,
No, that wasn't me actually.
This wall. Look at that. It's like they've chopped that in with a grenade. Kids. Bloody kids. Right, so when I said earlier on about we push all the cables up, and Steve's just done it. He's just get rid of it. Get rid of it. So what happens is,
that's perfect. Yeah?
Most normal, no, it's good. Most normal people like us. Hang on. That's a statement half, isn't it? Most normal people like us, we're not normal. So my glamorous assistant is going to show you what to do. So if you tuck it like that, when you put the board up, it just pushes it up, and then obviously when you drill it out. But if you don't, if you're a plasterer and you don't like the sparky, what you have to do, shove the cables up, try and tuck it over something else and really lose it, and just watch the show. Yeah, just watch the show with the sparkies, because they love that. But I just thought I'd just quickly show you that, and I'm going to show you something else, how I got a cable through on another run in a moment. Right, so we're now looking at the audio. So we've pretty much got the rest of the first fix there-ish. So audio, now we're using Lithe Audio. It's my preferred home audio stuff, to be honest. I'm not sponsored by them. It's just that I really enjoy their stuff. I think it's really good quality, and the customer services has been brilliant, to be fair. So the idea is, so I've got a fuse spur which is going to go on with behind that telly. So because it's for the lounge, I obviously going to connect that to the TV. Now with that, it's going to be done via Bluetooth. So because of the speaker systems, and obviously if you need it in stereo, your master needs to be on as you're looking at the TV. So I am looking at the TV, it's behind you guys. I need my master on the left hand side, and then my passive to be on your right hand side to give you your audio, so stereo, sorry. Now that being said, the ideal location for it is to directly above your settees. Okay, so the problem is with that here is I've got settees that go all across this wall and this wall. Mainly they're going to be here, so I've had to make a bit of a compromise of the two. So they're actually, the speakers themselves are going to be going in the centre, so they're going to line up with these centre down lights. So yes, when you're sitting here right in front of your TV, it's going to give you your, so I'm sitting here, it's going to give you your optimum performance within the compromises of, yes, other people are going to be sitting there. Now, because if you are unsure on how big, how many speakers and things you need to use, if you give Lithe a call on their customer services and ask and say, look, this is the size of my room, this is what my layout is, they will tell you exactly what you need. Perfect. So with here, I'll use acoustic hoods, but that will all be in the second fix in a later video. So what we need to do for now is get my speaker wire in. So I need my power coming from that fuse spur up to my master, and that will be taken care of at a later date. And then from that master, I need another speaker wire, which is, I'll show you, which is just normal speaker cable, which is obviously I'll buy a drum of it. And then that is then run over to the other one. So obviously that's the only passive that we need, the only cable we need over to the passive, and that's it. And then we get onto all the setup later on, again, later video. I've done another video on Lithe Audio, to be fair. You go and check it out. If I remember, I'll put the link up, but the chances are I'll forget. But yeah, so that's what we're doing now, or I'm doing now. So Jack's just getting on with trying to find where these gas mains is, because we don't want to have an incident there. So Jack is just trying to find where the gas pipes are, so making sure. So that's all right, and as long as you know it's not there, Jack. See, it's So what I've asked Jack to break it. So chances are, mate, it goes off that way. Okay. So just chase that up a little bit up, because I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know where that goes. Okay. So chances are, just double check, and then you can.
I can feel them.
Yeah. So now you know. Just don't clip into it for obvious reasons, and also those water pipes down there. So yeah. So that's what I'm up to at the minute, and that's what the rest of the lads are sorting. But we're very keen to try and get some more boarding done. So bear with me, I'll get this sorted, and yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll set it up in time lapse and actually watch me do a bit of work for once. Okay, so you can see now I've got my 2.5 mil there. You can actually run this off the lighting circuit as long as you use the appropriate switch spur and things like that. But yeah, so you run those to there. So obviously they'll be cut out with a big hole. I think it's about 160 mil, something like that. And then you've got to the other one behind me just there is obviously your speaker wire. But what I wanted to show you as well is, so here we've got the cable brought down to the switch spur, but I wanted to show you how good it was using this. Obviously the stapler and stuff on there. So just to give you an example. And there you go, done. So loads faster when you're doing this. Is it going to replace that? Quite possibly, because it's easier, it's faster for boarding as well. That's another benefit of it. Also, when it actually works, which I didn't think it would, but it does, when you're clipping onto these blocks, because these are thermalites, so it clips on those absolutely perfect. So, but I think if you're using the 9 Newton con blocks, it ain't going to do it. But on these, absolutely perfect. So, right, that's the audio, all I need to do now for the first fix. So, I'm about there. Okay, so we are nearly at the end of our day. So the first fix, pretty much done. So, like we were saying earlier on, is we've got the downlights now pushed up, well the cables, sorry not the downlights, the cables pushed up out of the way, so we generally leave them so they are like that. So when the board goes up, it just sits flush like that, and then we can then drill them out and fish them down nice and easy. So these cables here are down because you've got the supplies for your audio, so that's all sorted. So if you look above my head here, the only cable I've got hanging down is actually for my heat sensor. The rest of them is all boarded, which is again is what that room's going to be like. Now these cables here, there's that one, and there's also that one over there is going to be for my plastered in profile, which I'm actually super excited about doing, because it's something different rather than you just generic lighting and things like that. So I mentioned earlier on about a secret weapon that I can't reveal completely what it is, which I know is a bit annoying for you lot, but just turn that back on, Jack, a minute. I managed, and no word of a lie, so from that heat sensor there, I've managed to get the cable from there. The clients are in there, I'll show you in a second, but basically from there into the hallway here, which is completely finished, decorated last year without causing any damage, and I've ended up going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 joists. So stay tuned for that. It is genuinely a game changer for the electrical world. I can't mention about it. It's really frustrating, I know, and I really want to show you, but I can't. I've been told not to tell you anything at the minute, but trust me, it's wicked. So on that bombshell, I'm going to leave you there. If you've liked the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and if you haven't subscribed, there's obviously something wrong with you. Make sure you hit the links in the corner, and from me and the team, catch you next time. See you guys.